Hello everyone, this is BrettDN here, and today we're going to be taking apart the trigger assembly off a Remington 870. To be doing this, there are two pins on the receiver, as you can see there, and basically they can just be punched out with a hammer and a punch. I'm using a screwdriver. Don't be like me and use a screwdriver, use an actual punch. So what I'll do is I'll get the shotgun in a better shot, and then we can go ahead and do this. Okay, so I got the 870 in a better spot for showing how to do this. Basically, like I said earlier in the last clip that I showed, basically it's just those two pins. And I'm probably going to be in the way of the camera here, but basically you just want to hit them. There's a pin right there. And then it really depends on your shotgun. Sometimes it'll be easier to hit it from both the same side, or sometimes you have to flip it around. They both come out fairly easily. So now that you have your trigger assembly out of the 870, I'm just going to go through some parts over here. So this long part right here is your carrier, and this is the carrier spring and the whole assembly right here. Now actually, if you wanted to, you could replace the spring in there and put a police 870 spring in there, which will give this a heavier spring tension, which will make it harder for you to actually push the flap down or the carrier, but it will feed your shells more reliably because it's under more spring pressure. Now you also have your crossbolt safety and your trigger. And then on this side you have your action bar unlock, or lock, whatever you would like to call it. And you have your hammer right here. Now if you want to release the hammer, just put it in fire and just release it. Kind of makes it easier for you to clean in there when you want to. Now I'm assuming you're kind of watching this video on, cleaning this. I don't know how to modify a trigger assembly. If you want to, you could probably find a different video on that. But basically the real basis of what Remington wants you to do, if I can get this in focus, they want you to just kind of take a whole toothbrush and just clean this whole area out, and then they want you to spray a film of oil or even a drop kind of in this area and then in this area. It's all in the owner's manual, so you can always go back there for reference. Now basically reassembly is just the opposite of removal. Just put the trigger housing in it. This is kind of tough. There you go. And just make sure that, where's my screwdriver? Basically just make sure that this area is in with the stock and that it's in there. And then basically take your pins. Like I said, this depends on your shotgun, which way is easier to put in or punch out. And then basically take your punch and hammer. Get that better in the shot. So like that. The front pin's a little harder because it doesn't have a little dimple to make it easy to hold the punch in. And there you go. Now the trigger assembly is in. You can basically test this for function now using a dummy shell and whatnot, but generally it will just work when you put it in. So hopefully that tutorial was helpful. If you like it, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe.